Hey everyone, I'm your host Dave, welcome to Tag, and today I want to talk about probably the smallest player in the hobby, like a generic brand, generic of generic. They normally bring blatant knockoff, blatant copy of X-Shot, Nerf, or both together. This is Montoy. The last time I reviewed one of their blaster, it was this Fortnite shotgun-ish, Jolt-esque blaster, which was basically a Jolt fitted with a Fortnite shotgun looking shell over it. Was not completely bad. It was weak, it was a blatant knockoff, but not completely bad. It was around $5, and another good example would be this fighter shot, which I never reviewed. I have it in my stash. This is one that never got into video from last year. This was a $4.50 blaster, but it was obviously a hammer shot, micro shot reshell. It was inflated to be bigger, to have a bigger blaster, and it was fitted with original micro internal. So it was basically a knockoff of Nerf and X-Shot at the same time, with popper ball that you can put at the tip and suction cup dart, which already have a Sharpie pen on them. Very good quality control from Montoy, but this one is different. The one from today that I found is different. So let's go to the table, take a look at this Dart Blaster. And I know this sounds generic, but that's the actual name of the blaster. Let's go to the table. Like I said, this is like the Dart Blaster. There is no other name. Montoy being a little better this time because they seem to have their own aesthetic, like something like somewhat original with what seems to be different internal, like mostly something more like the newer X-Shot Micro, which is kind of an evolution. So it's a knockoff, but it's not a blatant knockoff of someone. It's a standard single shot pistol blaster. And for the price, they went down. They give you 6 dart, a little 2 dart holder here that goes on top of the blaster, and this small little blaster that doesn't feel too bad outside of the package. This is a small plastic bag. This is a $3.50 blaster, $3.50 Canadian, just like $2.50 US if you want a blaster like that. For that kind of price, I can't argue too much with the value here. So far as I'm concerned, looking at it, better packaging than the original blister pack they use, they kind of evolve. Will we see a decent Montoy blaster sometime? I doubt it, but at least they released something a bit more interesting. Let's open that thing up. So in that bag we had the little Dart Blaster. Sorry for the absence of a name, it doesn't have any name, it's just a Dart Blaster. The 6, looking like a regular dart. The 2 little dart holder that goes on top of the blaster right here. Oh, and it's firm. I'm sure it's gonna stay there. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to break it if I want to remove it. First feeling of the blaster. This is cheap plastic, honestly, but thicker? Yeah, it looks thicker than the average Montoy, and we got screw on this side, meaning we're gonna be able to open it. I was not sure about the grip looking at it, but my god, it's comfortable. Even that little... Okay, I doubt it's gonna perform because there is like no weight on this spring, but this is cool. That little rod seems well made. That shell is like far from ugly. Honestly, I would do a project with this blaster. Is there a dart post in there? Yes, there is, but it doesn't seem that long. Let's try to insert a dart inside and try this blaster. Oh, the dart is going deep. The dart is going rather deep inside the blaster. Let me check that out. Yeah, it might be just for half dart. I'm gonna try it, but the mouth is quite wide, so we're gonna be able to push it in, I think. Okay, 38. But there is no weight on that spring. I am pretty sure there will be an easy upgrade on this. Pretty sure X-Shot Micro Spring or Menace Spring is just gonna solve it, and I am gonna try it. Because yeah, we got 37.3 this time. And let's try another one because it's not very looking good. 35.4. Looks like this thing is going less and less and less. Let's try another last one. Just to see if it's going to go down to even less. No, it went back up to 38. Okay, so between 35... Oh my god. Between 35 and 38, and we got an average of 37.6. It's not very good, but it's a small blaster. But there is no weight on the prime, meaning the spring is probably super weak inside. I am gonna have to open it to see if I can just slap in the spring from a Micro or a Menace to correct the FPS. But so far, for $3.50, can I really complain? I mean, the construction is good, the blaster feels smooth, it feels good in hand, it prime easily. Not the best prime design in the world, but it's doing the trick. I'm torn with this one. This is one of those I was expecting to either not like at all or fall in love with, and then like in between. That grip is what I was expecting to hate, and the performance were what I was expecting to like, because I was really expecting it to be at around 60 FPS ish blaster, and it's the complete opposite. It's the ergonomic that I found super good on this blaster, and the performance that are super weak, so I can probably improve that. That is not a bad one. For $3.50 you can't really go wrong if you want somewhat of a project blaster or just a fun little thing. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna open it like right now to check if it's possible to put the good spring inside. So I have an X-Shot Micro or Menace plunger with the spring. Let's open this thing up, and we're gonna know if that $3.50 is really worth something more. Okay, so that little shell come off. It's not that, it's thin, but it's not as thin as I was expecting. And the quality of the shell, the way it's made, reminds me a lot of X-Shot. Ooh, this is slightly different. Okay, doesn't seem half bad. Let me check it out. Yeah, but for the rest, yeah, it looked like X-Shot a lot. Inside, very simple design. Wow. Okay, it was. It's a longer, weaker spring. Weird. Oh, we got a nice silicone O-ring here. And yeah, okay, we pass it right through. That's why this small handle. They didn't want to go for the two-part plunger, which I like. It's a single piece plunger. Yeah, it might break, but on the other hand, there is no junction in the middle. And we got an air restrictor inside, exactly the way X-Shot would make them, with a little screw. Let me check with a half dart if there's a way to slap one in. Yeah, you can put a dart inside and the restrictor disengage. So it could probably easily fire half dart without modifying the dart post inside, which is a good sign. So while we're here, I'm gonna remove that restrictor. Classic X-Shot restrictor. It's removed, the dart post is there, and you could remove the dart post if you want pretty easily inside of the blaster. Trigger, there's lube on it. That's what explained the smoothness of operation of this old little blaster. Plastic quality on the plunger, I have to say, look very very, very good. So I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of lube on this plunger, reassemble everything with that new spring, and try it again to see if the performance changed. Okay, that seems like it. Now, let's try it with its own dart, and we're gonna give it a shot with half dart too, just to see what it gives. I'm not expecting stellar performance, the goal is to reach 60, so 40 FPS. Might need a rebarrel on this thing, it's too loose. 38 again, and the spring is short. And now, with half dart, 45. Okay, so I'm gonna have to find a decent spring for it, but other than that, you can mod this thing. It is completely inexpensive, and to my sense, it is almost as worthy as an X-Shot Micro. I will just need to find the perfect spring to put inside. So after just cutting down myself a new spring, I am already up to 55 FPS with this little thing. So spring swap, and I'm gonna have to work a bit on it, but brass fit right inside this full barrel without shaking too much, and it's holding at the bottom. This is gonna be a fun little blaster once I'm done with it. In the end, this little Montoy Dart Blaster, not as low quality as you would expect from Montoy, somewhat of an original blaster. Like the internal are really interesting, there is some potential to it. I just cranked up the performance up to 55 with a piece of spring. I am gonna tune that down, and brass fit pretty well inside of it, meaning I am going to be able to have a better breach to have better FPS. Like that, if I insert a dart here, put it there and shoot it, it's shooting about 75 FPS, so it's already on the good side here. I am going to be able to do something with it. No, for $3.50 you can't really go wrong. It is, yeah, it's a legit blaster. It got its own internal, got system, and with this kind of ergonomic on it, I'm baffled. So I can't really say anything wrong on it. You got what you pay for, and what you pay for is, like I said, $3.50. So don't expect to have stellar performance. But the thing is not bad. If you want a small, cool project, yeah, think about it. Yeah, that's it for a small video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook, Instagram, @NerdGuy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to notify for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.